According to the National Electrical Code, specifically the 2020 edition, all new wiring installed in residential occupancies must meet a temperature rating of 90 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 194 degrees Fahrenheit. This requirement applies to common types of non-metallic sheath cable, often referred to as Romex, such as 14/2 and 12/2. The designation 14/2 refers to a cable containing two current carrying conductors of 14 American wire gauge, plus a ground wire. Similarly, 12/2 indicates a cable with two 12 American wire gauge current carrying conductors and a ground wire. The 90 degrees Celsius rating is important for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems in modern homes. Homes today often incorporate more insulation to improve energy efficiency. This increased insulation can trap heat, potentially raising the temperature within walls and ceilings where electrical wiring is installed. Additionally, the widespread use of energy-efficient appliances and lighting can sometimes generate harmonic currents, which can also contribute to increased wire temperatures. By requiring 90 degrees Celsius rated wiring, the NEC helps to mitigate the risk of overheating and potential fire hazards. It's crucial to understand that while the conductors within the Romex cable are rated for 90 degrees Celsius, the ampacity, or current carrying capacity, of the cable is typically determined by the 60 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Celsius column in NEC Table 310.15. This means that even though the wire insulation can withstand higher temperatures, the amount of current the cable can safely carry is limited by the temperature rating of the terminations, such as the devices and breakers to which the wires are connected. For example, a 14 American wire gauge copper conductor with 90 degrees Celsius insulation might have a higher ampacity rating if considered in isolation, but when installed as part of a 14/2 Romex cable and connected to typical residential devices, its ampacity is limited to 15 amps, as per the 60 degrees Celsius column. Similarly, a 12 American wire gauge copper conductor is typically limited to 20 amps. This is because most residential electrical devices, such as receptacles and switches, are only rated for 60 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Celsius terminations. Always consult the device markings and the NEC to determine the appropriate ampacity for the wiring. It is also essential to ensure proper installation techniques are followed. This includes avoiding overfilling electrical boxes, ensuring proper connections are made, and protecting the cable from physical damage. Overfilling electrical boxes can restrict airflow and contribute to overheating. Loose or corroded connections can create resistance, which generates heat. Damaged cable can compromise the insulation and increase the risk of electrical shock or fire. Always use appropriate cable clamps and connectors to secure the Romex cable and protect it from abrasion. When working with electrical wiring, safety should always be the top priority. Before starting any electrical work, always turn off the power to the circuit at the breaker panel. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before touching any wires. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as safety glasses and insulated gloves. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is always best to hire a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform electrical work safely and in accordance with the NEC. They can also ensure that your electrical system is properly grounded and protected from overcurrents. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to trip the breaker and prevent electrical shock. Overcurrent protection devices, such as breakers and fuses, are designed to interrupt the flow of current in the event of an overload or short circuit. In addition to the 90 degrees Celsius temperature rating requirement, the NEC also includes numerous other requirements for residential electrical wiring. These requirements cover topics such as wiring methods, conductor sizing, grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. It is important to familiarize yourself with these requirements before undertaking any electrical work. The NEC is a comprehensive document, and it can be challenging to understand all of its provisions. Consider taking an electrical wiring course or consulting with a qualified electrician to gain a better understanding of the code. Many community colleges and technical schools offer electrical wiring courses. These courses can provide you with the knowledge and skills you need to perform electrical work safely and in compliance with the NEC. You can also find numerous resources online, such as articles, videos, and forums, that can help you learn more about electrical wiring. However, it is important to verify the accuracy of any information you find online before relying on it. Always consult the NEC and other relevant codes and standards for the most up-to-date and accurate information. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to err on the side of caution. If you are not sure how to do something, ask for help from a qualified electrician. Your safety and the safety of others should always be your top priority. In summary, the 2020 NEC requires all new wiring in residential occupancies to meet a 90°C temperature rating. This requirement applies to common types of non-metallic sheath cable, such as 14/2 and 12/2 Romex. While the conductors are rated for 90°C, the ampacity of the cable is typically determined by the 60°C or 75°C column in NEC Table 310.15. Due to termination temperature limitations. Always follow proper installation techniques and prioritize safety when working with electrical wiring. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. It is important to understand the difference between conductor insulation temperature rating and ampacity. The insulation temperature rating refers to the maximum temperature that the wire insulation can withstand without degrading. The ampacity, on the other hand, refers to the maximum amount of current that the wire can safely carry without overheating. The ampacity of a wire is affected by several factors, including the wire size, the insulation type, the ambient temperature, and the number of conductors in a raceway or cable. NEC Table 310.15 provides ampacity ratings for various types of conductors under different conditions. It is important to consult this table to determine the appropriate ampacity for your wiring. When selecting wiring for a particular application, it is important to consider both the insulation temperature rating and the ampacity. The wire must be able to withstand the maximum temperature that it is likely to encounter, and it must be able to carry the amount of current that is required by the load. In some cases, it may be necessary to use a larger wire size than would otherwise be required in order to meet the ampacity requirements. For example, if you are installing wiring in a hot environment, you may need to use a larger wire size to compensate for the increased ambient temperature. It is also important to consider the voltage drop in the wiring. Voltage drop is the reduction in voltage that occurs as current flows through a wire. Excessive voltage drop can cause appliances and equipment to malfunction. The NEC provides guidelines for minimizing voltage drop. In general, the voltage drop should not exceed 3% for branch circuits and 5% for feeders. To minimize voltage drop, you can use a larger wire size or shorten the length of the wiring. It is also important to use high-quality connectors and terminations to minimize resistance. When installing electrical wiring, it is important to follow all applicable codes and standards. The NEC is the most widely used electrical code in the United States. However, some states and local jurisdictions may have their own electrical codes. It is important to check with your local building department to determine which codes apply to your project. In addition to the NEC, there are also numerous other standards that may be relevant to electrical wiring. These standards cover topics such as grounding, bonding, overcurrent protection, and surge protection. It is important to familiarize yourself with these standards before undertaking any electrical work. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to err on the side of caution. If you are not sure how to do something, ask for help from a qualified electrician. Your safety and the safety of others should always be your top priority. Remember that electrical codes and standards are constantly evolving. It is important to stay up to date on the latest changes to ensure that your electrical work is safe and compliant. You can subscribe to industry publications, attend training courses, and consult with qualified electricians to stay informed. Proper electrical wiring is essential for the safety and functionality of your home. By following the NEC and other applicable codes and standards, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe, reliable, and efficient. Do not attempt electrical work if you are not qualified.